The ocean is an essential part of our livelihood, with over 3 billion people depending on marine and coastal biodiversity. They provide us with natural resources needed to make products that help us sustain life, such as food, medicines, biofuels, and other products. They also help us in mitigating climate change by absorbing most of the carbons in the atmosphere. The Sustainable Development Goal number 14 aims to conserve and sustainably use the oceans, seas, and marine resources. But so far, life below water has significantly decreased as we continue to destroy, overconsume, and pollute the ecosystem. With the continued abuse in handling our oceans, it is certain that the ocean's ecosystem is doomed to be destroyed. Now, as a preventive measure, the UN has implemented many goals in SDG 14 in order to combat these issues and promote the protection as well as the sustainable consumption of our ocean by the year 2030.
One of the goals associated with SDG 14 is sustainable fishery. It is where the fish population does not decline over time by fishing in a sustainable rate. Simply, it is a method of fishing where there still will be fish to harvest in the future and for future generations to come. Thus, the term sustainable. But as of today, there are still those who practice illegal fishing. Examples are cyanide fishing, ghost fishing, dynamite, or glass fishing. These are only some of the illegal fishing practices that are used today. The damage would take years to reconstruct, and given the fact that it would take 10,000 years for a coral reef to form from a group of larvae. Yes, 10,000 years to make this. And in an instant, gone due to greed. These coral reefs are important especially in deep waters as they produce the much needed oxygen to keep many species in the ocean alive.
Marine pollution refers to direct or indirect introduction by humans of substances or energy into the marine environment. This could either be industrial, agricultural, or residential wastes, and the effects of our industrialization and improper waste management is manifested by the garbage patches in our oceans. Currently, there are 5 garbage patches in the world located in the North and South Atlantic Jar, the North and South Pacific Atlantic Jar, and the Indian Ocean Jar. Jars are any large system of circulating ocean currents which then pick up trash dumped in the ocean from countries nearby and accumulate as garbage patches. The Great Pacific Garbage Patch is estimated to have a surface area of 1.6 million square kilometers and is primarily made up of microplastics. Not only will this have an effect on marine animals, their environment, and their ecosystems, it will also affect us humans. Microplastics have been found in the stomachs of nearly half of the most important species for global fisheries. This means we could be literally eating our own trash. Plastic products also contain chemical additives. A number of these said additives have been associated with serious health problems such as hormone-related cancers, fertility, neurodevelopment disorders like ADHD and autism. It may not seem like it, but what happens on the ocean affects life on land.
Another goal would be to reduce ocean acidification. It is known that our oceans absorb an estimate of more than 83% of the global carbon cycle. This helps us mitigate climate change and its effects on our world. But due to the buildup of carbon dioxide on our atmosphere, more and more of these gases are being dissolved in the ocean, leading to a lower pH of water, making our oceans acidic. This causes threatening effects such as the loss of biodiversity, the disruption of the food chain, and harm organisms' sensitivity to acidity.
Protecting and restoring the ecosystem is one way to address SDG 14 life below water. Oceans, lakes, and other aquatic ecosystems has diverse species of life such as coral or fishes. Based on Oceania, over 71% of the planet's ocean are home to important species and ecosystems that are used for livelihood, food, and climate regulation. Consequently, bodies of water faces challenges because of plastic. Based on Oceania, 17.6 billion pounds of plastic leaks into the marine environment from land-based sources every year, where it commonly equals to dumping a garbage truck full of plastic into the ocean every minute. In this case, we should protect and restore our ecosystem through actions such as demanding plastic alternatives and avoid ocean-harming products not only for our ecosystem but also for our livelihood.
With all that being said, it all boils down to what can we do? Well, we can take a look at the words of Dr. Antoniela Rivera, Coral's principal investigator. If we want to make a difference with science, we have to involve the people most affected. By creating an alliance and helping to educate those people who rely on fish for food, builds trust, thus creating a symbiotic relationship between the two. This is what organizations are doing and what the government can do. For us normal citizens or students, we can contribute in our own small ways by not littering in the ocean, for even if it's small, it degrades the habitat of fishes. On the other hand, fishermen must also be aware and eliminate bycatch in their systems and stop the overfishing of endangered species. These are only some of the many ways to help create a system of sustainable fishing.
Educate people on the importance of marine life and its ecosystems and the effects of waste on the oceans. As an individual unit, we cannot do much about this certain problem, but as we unite as one, we can have a positive impact. And one way we can unite others to a common cause, in this cause, marine pollution, is to educate others on the current state of marine pollution and the effects it has on the future and how it will affect us humans.
Reduce your carbon footprint in order to lessen greenhouse gases as it causes ocean to be more acidic, resulting in the global extinction of corals as their calcium skeletons are weakened by the increased acidity of water. In this case, actions such as conserving energy or electricity, biking, using public transport can reduce our carbon footprint. Reduce your use of plastic. Plastics are commonly thrown or dumped into the ocean, causing water pollution. Therefore, we should strive for plastic-free alternatives and say no to straws, cups, water bottles, and other items made of plastic.
Limit the use of single-use plastics. As mentioned before, the great garbage patches around the world are primarily plastics or microplastics, and one way we can address this is to avoid using single-use plastics, as they are major contributors to both land and marine pollution. We could instead use eco bags. Not only are they more durable and could carry more things than traditional single-use plastic bags, they also help in reducing our waste, which then helps in alleviating both land and marine pollution.
Through these simple actions, we could smoothly achieve Sustainable Development Goal number 14. However, in achieving this, it will require the participation of everyone in the planet to make sure that our oceans are well protected, sustained, and alive.